Right, we're back in the LMP3 for the track guides, and yeah, this season does look pretty tasty, to be honest, and we start off at Le Mans. Give this car a second chance because the fixed setup does feel a lot nicer, to be brutally honest. It's got half a tank to start with, so we're not lugging around all that fuel, but it does seem a lot grippy and a lot predictable, so this update, I think, has helped this car. Fingers crossed it comes back alive, because I really do enjoy this car. The Open Series was always okay, but yeah, fingers crossed we can get back into the fixed series. I'm going to have to pick one to run, to be honest, but yeah, Le Mans fixed is going to be good fun, so yeah, let's crack on with it. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show the info tab for you. We did run that. I swear it was there. We did run the setup for the Le Mans, the fixed Le Mans setup. Track temp of 64 because this is a morning race, so the time and date should be very similar to what the race session should be. And a moderate use of 44% is what I always use on these guides. Now, the lap I'm going to show you, we don't get many practice laps around here because it's such a big circuit. But I'm going to show you lap 4, which is a 3 48,606. And the reason for that is this is a little bit quicker, but there's a few little niggly bits in here that I can point out on the way around. This is going to be a long track guide because it is nearly a 4-minute lap time, but there's a lot of straights, so maybe that can speed it up. I'll probably do like 300% to get them bits out the way. But yeah, fingers crossed. I'm really looking forward to this. Slipstream. Now, we did do a slipstream test, and in a nutshell, you can catch up to the car in front, get alongside him, but then on the fixed setup, you kind of just hit the wall of air and stop, and you literally go side by side like that, and there's no sort of overlap with the slipstream. So I'd imagine a lot of people are going to be bump drafting, so bear that in mind. I think bump drafting will be probably, if you are in a pack, bump drafting will be the quicker way to go. So yeah, bear that in mind. Hope you're comfortable with bump drafting because there is going to be a thing. But yeah, interesting to know that. On the open setup, they'll be a lot quicker. On the open setup, they'll be a lot faster on the straight lines, to be honest. I expect to be in the low 40s, if I'm brutally honest, with the open setup. So yeah, the multi-class will be a lot quicker. Otherwise, what else do I show you on these things? Oh yeah, the Discord, where the OLAP, BLAP, telemetry and replay file will all be in there, and Garage61 is an online telemetry tool that I use. I'm not affiliated with them, but obviously you can see my telemetry and compare your lap time with my lap time to see whether you are quicker than me or slower than me, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to improve. So otherwise, I think that's enough of me waffling. Yeah, let's crack on with the guide. Right then, given the length of this circuit, this is going to come at you fast. So take notes. We are getting on to the left-hand side. Use all of the hash markings, turn it in, and as soon as you can see that line right there, you want to brake in a nice straight line. Go all the way over the curb to really open up the corner. Be careful of these white sausage curbs there. You can unsettle the car, but make sure you do not ruin one wide here on the left-hand side. There is a slowdown, really ruins the lap, so bear that in mind. Coming through these S's now, absolutely flat out, and then when you're pointing in a straight line down that white line there, you want to stand in line. Also get blinded by the sun. Cambered corner, so try and get into it, and you can cut this corner here a little bit as well. And we're coming on to probably one of the most important corners. So we want to look at the marshal post on the left hand side, dab a brakes, turn it in, a little bit of a cheeky tickle on the apex curve, but do not run too far wide. There is a slowdown, and that will really ruin your lap time. As mentioned, do not run the center of the line here. These downforce cars do not like it, but you're looking for the 100-meter board at the first chicane, so just add it, brake nice and heavy in a straight line. Loads of curve for this one, a little bit of curve with this one. We want to start planting the power, and you can use a little bit of this curve, but be careful, don't cut it because there is another slowdown. Le Mans has a ton of slowdowns, bear that in mind. Second bit of the Mulsanne straight now, we're searching for the second chicane, and again, it's going to be the 100-meter board. Just after it, actually, we're going to brake in a straight line, nice and easy through here. Not a lot of curve on this one, a little bit more through here. Second gear, but be smooth on exit. Do not cut that corner right there. It really unsettles the car, and it will induce a spin, so bear that in mind. Again, coming down to the Mulsanne hairpin, this is just a straight, so don't worry about it, but use the 100-meter marker as your braking point or turning point. Brake as you go through the kink of the apex, nice and heavy. That second cone there on the left-hand side, that's your turning point, and be careful of the gravel trap. We used to be able to dip a tire into that gravel trap, but not anymore. Now we've got a new gravel. The reason I say use a 100-meter board, because that cone will disappear, but the Mulsanne hairpin, so bear that in mind. Coming here now, we're at the AstroTurf on the left-hand side. Turn in, and then as you see that straight line, the dashed line there, brake nice and easy. Second gear, take loads of curve. Doesn't affect the car too much, but again, be careful, avoid the gravel trap. Now, this little cheeky rascal here, brake way before the 50-meter board. Brake nice and easy. Do not lock up. You can use that curbing there, and just be careful because it can bottom out the car. But turn in after it. Force you to do a late apex to get a good exit. Up through here, these Porsche curves coming up are absolutely brilliant fun. So at the AstroTurf here, this is sort of when we need to sort of do things, start turning in. Little that brake, fifth gear, get on that curb and power all the way through this. You want to stay far right to bring this, open up the left-hander, open up the left-hander as well, and then we want to graze the brakes again because this one is a little bit tighter. Stay nice and close to the right-hand side, and you might need to dip to 4 for this one because it might understeer too much. And do not run wide there because it is a slowdown. A little bit of a speed up now for these final 2 chicanes. People going to the pit lane here, no idea why. Brake just before the curb there. Nicely through there, change gears all the way down through them corners. Second gear for this one, loads of curb, bouncing all over the place. Use all of the exit curb there, and we're across the line. So apologies, that was a bit quick, but it's a 3-minute 48 lap time, so we do need to get these through. So yeah, if you did want some more detail, slow it down on YouTube. There is a function there, and you can see all the pedal inputs and things like that. Apologies, but it is, yeah, it's a long lap time. So had I done my normal one, probably the slowdown will be like 6 or 7 minutes long, and that really does add to the length of the video. I liked these to be short and snappy, and maybe you're focusing on 1 or 2 corners. So fingers crossed this helps, and we'll be back to normal with a decent sized lap, because Le Mans is a hell of a lap, isn't it? Let's be honest. I'd imagine in the fixed races, I think we're only doing about 9 or 10 laps, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. And in the open, I think the open is like 35 minutes, isn't it? So yeah, maybe 10, 12 laps, something like that. But yeah, Otherwise, should be a good week. I do like Le Mans. It does get have some good racing, and it is a slipstream fest as well, even though you can't actually get the overtakes, but you should be able to keep up with a guy that's got at least 1 or 2 seconds pace on you. So yeah, should be good fun. Fingers crossed we have some good racing. Fingers crossed this series comes back to life. But yeah, otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.